I am having a coffee today, and actually it's been how many weeks since you've started, since we got the first coffee? It's been
5 weeks.
5 weeks, Cheri.
Yeah.
May I say you look very, very different?
Yeah, I feel very different.
How did you feel when you arrived?
Oh my gosh, dead. This dysfunctional. I had no energy. I could not think. I could not have a conversation fluidly. I struggled to remember most anything. I literally would walk into walls. My balance was so bad. There were so many things wrong.
Yeah, I remember when you were in tears and you asked me, Marcus, what if I never get better?
Yeah, I was scared.
Remember that day?
I was scared because I had already been suffering really for a few years with long COVID. And
it was suspected Lyme that was diagnosed, right?
But then
you came actually for Lyme.
Yeah, so I had the long COVID first, and I thought I was better, and then I went about 6 months of doing well. Then all of a sudden I was bad again. Got diagnosed with Lyme's. I was like, oh, it's Lyme's. I need to treat the Lyme's. And God led me to this clinic that I didn't even know it existed. I didn't even know it existed. I did a search, and you just came up on the search I did, and yeah.
You called right away?
Yeah, right away.
From Spain, actually.
Yeah, from Spain.
Yeah. Because I was like, wow, your English is good. And you were like, yep, I am actually not Spanish.
I'm not Spanish. Yeah. And then, gosh, it was a matter of, for me, it just felt like this needs to go now. And I was really thankful you got me in quickly because my life literally just went to a halt. I couldn't even do the work I needed to do to stay in Spain. And so this was it for me. If this didn't work,
this is what many people tell us.
It would be over for me.
We were their last chance.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate it's become the last thing, but if that's what it takes to get here, I suppose, then I'll take it to feel better.
We changed the plans completely, though. You came and we had lined up weeks of antibiotic treatments that your doctor in the UK has been telling us this is what we would like you to do. And our medical team signed up for that and said, if you want to, but maybe, just maybe, why don't we, is there a saying like kill one bird with two stones in English that exists? Yeah. Why don't we just try to target the Lyme and the long COVID at the same time? And thanks God, you were like, if you think it's worth doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I actually was never a fan of antibiotics. I even said that to my doctor. I'm like, I'm surprised this is the solution that you're suggesting. I didn't really want to do it. So when you gave me an option of something else that feels more natural and better for my body, I'm like, I have to try this. Against a lot of other people that question me, are you sure? Why are you doing that? I'm not sure if that's the right thing. I went with my gut. I said,
because it is not easy.
Yeah.
It's a bumpy road.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
It's time, but I just felt like I had to give it a try because the antibiotics are always there. If this didn't work, I could fall back on that.
Yeah.
You know, that's now could be my last thing, but I felt like this was a better way. And I mean, from the first treatment, if you remember,
I remember
from the first treatment, I felt different.
I was so happy for you.
I couldn't believe it. I was like,
I know. You were out there in the chair in front of the office, almost tears in your eyes, tearing up. You were like, oh my God, it works, Marcus, it works. And I was like, I know, we're living in a bit of a parallel world. This is what I try to explain to people. You go on Google, treat Lyme, treat long COVID, and there's not many things that come up that are promising. And then here in the clinic, you've seen it with your own eyes. You've seen plenty of people doing and going through the same thing at the same time as you.
Yeah.
So here it's like, what are they talking about out there? Every day somebody walks out here and is good, right?
Because even if, you know, like in the day, like with Lyme's, if it's not completely gone, what you wouldn't give to feel better. Like to me, ultimately, what are we after? I'm after to feel better, to be functional. Like regardless of what condition you have, that doesn't even matter. If you feel better.
You want your life back.
Yeah, I want your life back. And I was talking about that with another patient here. And we both said, yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't change. I would not regret it because I feel better. And to be able to feel better is what anyone who's chronically ill wants.
Do you want to run us very quickly? How was your experience from the day that you arrived till today? Was it in the clinic? How did it all go for you? Like, was it very taxing emotionally? Were there times when you wanted to almost stop, or was it like a little smoother for you than?
Honestly, smoother than I thought.
Right.
I mean, I don't find the treatment to help difficult at all. It's my time to kind of like relax and just watch a series that I never make the time or have the time to do. I mean,
you live a busy life.
It's relaxing. You're doing this fine. The hyperthermia is one that I feel like I give myself credit for because I have to work for that one. So like the health treatment, you just sit, they put the things in, you have to just sit for the time. But the hyperthermia, I have to push through.
The first 20 minutes. No, actually, the first 40 minutes is a bit like wellness, and then 20 minutes are like rough. Right?
Okay, the first 5 minutes are easy. The rest for me are not.
The first 5 minutes, okay. It's different. It's different for everyone. So when I did it, I mean, so for people who don't know what hyperthermia is, it's artificial fever therapy. So we literally heat your core temperature up to literally fry the receptors free from autoantibodies and break up protein classes. Now that sounds very technical, but in reality, you're basically just heat it up, right? I mean, it's a bit more, it's high tech. It's all computer steered. And it's infrared lamps at the exact A-class, right frequency, maximum absorption rate, water filter. So there's a lot to it. It's high tech.
And they're monitoring all the vitals.
Of course you are constantly, nice, but it is always the same. Nice, taxing, relief. But sometimes you also had 1-2 days where you were like, oh. After the treatment.
Okay, so I would have headaches. But the last time I did it, I got adjusted. Gone. Felt fully better. So I was like, that's what needs to happen. Hypothermia and then a chiropractor adjustment and all good.
Nice.
But I only figured it out the first 2 times.
Everyone responds different though.
Yeah. I mean, it was great. It was somebody else here who said, and it was amazing. I get excruciating headaches afterwards. Even though I'm, taking all the fluids and doing the best that, it's just, yeah.
It is taxing. Yeah. But to be honest, the results of hypothermia combined with, you're also on the Molicozan protocol, plus the help. I mean, look at you. You look like somebody who came to the island who makes vacation here.
Yeah.
Right? You don't look like a patient anymore. When you came here, you were like
I don't feel
gray,
like
white, kind of.
Yeah.
So
I don't feel like a patient, which doesn't make any sense because you said that my color is different, but I was living in Valencia.
And you didn't get suntan actually. Not really.
Which is weird. Yeah, because I was in the sun just as much there, maybe more than here.
Yeah.
So I
think it's also the top layer of the skin that doesn't get microcirculation that well. So no matter how brown you are, if there is a lack of circulation, it just doesn't show probably.
Yeah, totally. I mean, no, so I was going to say also reading. Reading was really hard for me before, or to read and understand what I'm reading. So I went through books really slowly, and actually I've been that way for a good chunk of my life, to be honest.
Yeah.
I have almost finished 2 books since I've been here.
Wow. That good?
That's
brain fog
really
completely gone?
Yeah. And here's another really cool thing. And this is kind of crazy off the charts. I can't believe it. I was driving this weekend and we start to head towards the mountain. And normally, ever since my first husband passed away, I developed a fear of heights. Anytime I got near the mountains, side of a cliff, I mean, overwhelming, like
anxiety,
horrible anxiety, panic fully going on. So I start to drive and my husband goes, oh, wait, do I need to take over? And I'm like, no.
Oh, good.
I kept driving and I'm like now testing myself. I'm like driving and looking down the side and going,
nothing.
I don't have any fear. What is going on? It's brilliant. I mean, I think that
so you see,
my neurological system.
The ketamine RTMS therapy did actually it's the holistic approach, it's the multimodal approach. You only had very few ketamine treatments, but it calms down the vagus nerve, what we've seen. It actually takes also care of the autonomous nerve system if you have dysautonomia going on and so on. And that also can actually influence it. I'm not saying that's what did the trick, but it definitely was not a bad idea.
With grief, stress, PTSD, and then that. And so I just figured with all there was an imbalance going on that when I saw heights, it made my body go into that place.
But don't forget, you went through the full program. I mean, you've done a very good multimodal approach. And that did a very good job in your case in 5 weeks. Your daughter is coming now, right?
Fear of heights can be removed.
Oh, wow. That's like first time somebody has that experience. This is great. Your daughter is coming to visit us now.
Yes.
When is she coming in?
November 28th in like 6 weeks.
I really hope we're just going to repeat your success story.
I think it will. I think.
She's having very similar symptoms as well.
Yeah. Similar symptoms. So hers have been her whole life.
Yeah.
And then they got worse after COVID. But
can't wait to see her.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Cheri. Yeah.
Thank you,
darling, for sharing your story.
Thank you for this place.
Pleasure.